Ethereum has just broken through the $2,000 level and is heading towards, or it actually seems like it's breaking the all-time high. Where are we going from here? And is this a good time to buy Ethereum? Is it a good time to buy alts? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about today on the show. Welcome back to CryptoBanter.com. I'm Crypto Man Ran, and I come to you every day at 10 a.m. EST. And I bring you crypto love and crypto wisdom. And together we are building the most profitable crypto community in the world. So if this is your first time here, welcome, 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 welcome. Smash the like button and smash the subscribe button because you have come to the right place. Not only is this the most profitable crypto community in the world, but we are also giving away the biggest crypto giveaway in the world. It's called the Banter Bags giveaway. And what we've done is we've invested $10,000 in pre-market allocations. And we call this competition the Banter Bags. In order to win the Banter Bags, all you need to do is hit the like, hit the subscribe, share our videos, and you automatically get an entry into the Banter Bags competition. Well, what's in the bags today? Because that's the big question. What are these bags actually worth? These bags today, yeah, guys, you can see it on the screen. Have a look at the screen. Have a look at the screen. Have a look at that screen. So that's the Banter Bags. And if you look at that, we've got Unmarshall in the bags. We put $1,000 into Unmarshall. We got 6,666 tokens. Today, those tokens are worth $40,000. ShopX is in the bags. And actually, we've got a whole lot more allocations for you. We added another allocation today of Refinable into the bags. So that is what the Banter Bags looks like now. And if you ask me, this competition, this giveaway is going to be worth $2 million by the time we give it away. Maybe even more. When we get to 250,000 subscribers, we are going to take the Banter Bags and we are going to give them to you, the community. We're going to decide whether it's 3 people, 10 people, or 100 people, but the community are going to get the Banter Bag. So this is the easiest place to make money. Not only because we give you the information, but because we're actually going to be giving away money. And today, we have, well, one, of course, it's Friday. What do we do on Friday? Well, it's the biggest banter ever. This is, of course, our biggest banter ever. We've got Mr. Biz, we've got Kyle, Winston, Wolf. We should be getting BitBoy, but I don't see him on the stream. Let's see. Let me ping him and see where is BitBoy. Alrighty, BitBoy, we're waiting for you, my friend. You better get on him. Then. Ooh, actually, let's do that right now. Let's get Sheldon the Sniper on, and let's see what he says about this Ethereum breakout. Sheldon, my friend, welcome.
What's up?
Sheldon, we spoke this morning and you said that Ethereum was about to hit the all-time high. How are we doing?
We are right there. We are literally knocking on the doorstep as we actually speak. I think what are we, $18 away, $17 away from all-time high. So we've actually been speaking since last week. Remember, we were saying Ethereum, and this was when we were sort of sitting in the $1,600, $1,700 range. And look how we have just rallied. And all we needed was that dominance to collapse that support, and now we can see how the major alts are really coming to life. And it's mainly Ethereum first. The king of the alts is taking off, which is always good for the market. It's always leading we always want to see the leading coin sort of set the mood on where the rest of the alts are sitting. So I'm glad that Ethereum's finally coming back to life and is starting to push through. So it's looking really good.
Okay, when you look at Ethereum against Bitcoin dominance, because I think that was what broke first, right? And I've been watching that Bitcoin dominance chart. That Bitcoin dominance chart has gone absolutely crazy.
So let's have a quick look there. See what is actually happening. Yeah, it's going crazy. So obviously,
that's Ethereum against Bitcoin, right? What you're looking at now is Ethereum against Bitcoin.
100%. So if we just, let me clear, I do quite a bit of acting with everything. Look how long we've been trailing down. So this is important. The main thing is obviously this little bit of rejection here now at this top point over here. So we want to get that higher high. The same way we try to BTCs, the same as we trade to the USDT. The higher high is always a good confirmation. But I sort of think this has been a good accumulation stage, and the breakthrough of that is going to probably take us all the way up to the top here. And if we have a look at percentage-wise from where we are, not that one, there we go. From where we are now to that, that's another 33% of Bitcoin's backing. And I kind of got a feeling that Bitcoin, even though we got this the dominance drop, I kind of got a feeling that Bitcoin's still going to break all-time high. I still think Bitcoin's going to rally. And if we can have the ultimate dream of trading altcoins, if Bitcoin can break that all-time high and dominance can keep dropping, if we can have that, the best thing we could ever ask for as traders, because that's when the massive explosion. So the dominance is looking really good. Obviously, the chart is showing us the same thing. Remember, as long as we got Bitcoin backing us, the USDT is going to be good. And we can see that clearly. We have smashed the previous highs, which is good. The only thing is we did have a short term. As I spoke yesterday, we came straight into that zone where I told you guys we need to stock up on the test. Sometimes they come so quick. Now, obviously, the question is we are sitting with the all-time high here right now. The problem that I have is a lot of the RSIs are very overbought, and I am expecting some sort of correction. It usually happens on Sundays, sometimes late Saturday. So I'm expecting close to the end of the weekend a bit of a correction for us to be getting a little bit more in. I'm kind of expecting us to come back to just test this, even if I actually want us to just go past this all-time high now. Just crack it, get through that wall, and then a little bit of a retracement, and then push to the next zone. The only problem is sometimes it smashes and it goes completely through, and the coin goes berserk. So it's quite tough. I really hope we have been stocking up on Ethereum because it's ready to go. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Sheldon, take me to the Bitcoin dominance chart. I want to look at BTC dominance. I want to see if that, you told me that it broke down. You said the next level was going to be around 57. Are we going, or are we anywhere near the 57 at the moment?
No, we're not even halfway yet from the range when we broke support. So just this little explosion we're seeing from Ethereum, and that it's literally been, I think, 1.3% of the dominance that's formed. So we have still, you can see how it's accelerated. It's crazy how the support held, and now all of a sudden look at the acceleration that's not come in. So this is still the level that I'm waiting for us to get to. Maybe it's going to take Bitcoin a bit of sideways. When we get down to the zone, we're going to have the push from the alts, but maybe the bounce is over here just to get Bitcoin through the all-time high. We will see as we go, but we still have a good another 2-3% from the dominance coming, which is going to get the FOMO in with Ethereum. It's going to get it through the all-time high, and it's going to get everything going. So far, we are looking brilliant with dominance. The main thing is, this is where we all need to just be putting our hands together, that we break this main level. We break this main level, we're going to see a ride we've never seen before with the altcoins. So dominance is on our side. Altcoin time, definitely right now.
Then we are repeating 2017 altcoin. That's exactly what that looks like. If we get there, we're repeating 2017 altcoin. All right, Sheldon, my friend, have a beautiful Easter with your family. Have a beautiful weekend. We'll see you. If there's an emergency stream, let us know. Otherwise, we'll see you again on Monday.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Cheers, everyone.
Cool. Well, that is our sniper, and our sniper bring us amazing live, up-to-date calls all the time. Guys, did you see this tweet? For me, this was the tweet of the day. I don't know if you saw this, but he said, what's your view on BSV? The guy replies, you ever step in dog shit with your flip-flops on? So I guess that for me, that was the tweet of the day. A lot of you guys reached out to me yesterday and thanked me for helping you guys get into the pre-market allocations. A lot of you guys sent me market reports, ideas of how you can help the community. Thank you. We are going through each and every one of them, I promise you, and we will get back to each and every one of you and tell you whether or not we can use what you guys are doing. Either way, keep doing it, because if you want to get those pre-market allocations, like I said to you, they ain't going to be coming for free. So you're going to have to be doing some of that work. Anyway, let's get on with today's show, because you know how it is. It's banter time, and all our friends are here to banter. And I'm sure that what they want to talk about is exactly this.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Start. 2, 1, booster ignition, and liftoff of the Space Shuttle Discovery, returning to the space station, paving the way for future missions beyond.
Welcome, my friends. Is that the big topic of discussion today?
Yeah.
He's about to get sent.
Yeah, I mean, who didn't buy ETH the last few weeks? I mean, it was pretty obvious.
I think
the supply crisis on exchanges is pretty much happening to Ethereum now. It's been happening to Bitcoin. I mean, today I had my YouTube channel pulled down. It actually just came back up, so that's pretty cool. But they pulled my YouTube channel down right as I was talking about how there's a supply crisis on exchanges right now, where Ethereum has just been depleted and depleted. Same with Bitcoin. And now we're starting to see that, like, okay, there's only so much Ethereum, and that even though we can mine more, and it's becoming scarce. And I think that's because we got large scale funds loading up on ETH, and it's about to just absolutely just rip faces off. I think we will have a correction as well soon because ETH has had a really big push. But then I think after that correction, our April moonshot that I've been talking about, that's when we start. I think it's coming after the weekend, maybe mid next week.
So Ki Youngju, he's from CryptoQuant, and he saw it. He said 400,000 Ethereum flowed out of Coinbase the other day. He says the speculative guess, institutions are now buying. We know that that's institutional. We saw these charts yesterday. I don't know if you guys watched the show yesterday, but we saw these charts yesterday. These charts show the exchange balance of Bitcoin. And what you can see is that the institutions are taking money off Bitcoin. But the retail investor is saying, no. I'm here for old season. And I'm putting my Bitcoin back on Binance because I'm going to start cashing them out because I want to make gazillions of dollars. And the only way to do that is to speculate on the altcoins that are on Binance. So exciting. You know what's also exciting? I think it's exciting that we've managed to wake up Winston Wolf. Winston, welcome, my friend.
What's up, guys? How we doing?
Morning, my friend. Morning. Thank you for joining us.
Rand, the one thing you missed, though, is that stablecoin reserves have also increased to the all-time highs. So we have all this money sitting on there that people are waiting to spend, not the Bitcoin. They got all stablecoins are sitting there waiting for the opportunity to pounce, to buy a bunch, over $10 billion sitting there. If you were going to hold a stable coin, you would throw it into some type of contract to get you 10% a year at least. You wouldn't sit on exchange unless you plan on buying something. So something's coming, big stuff.
Hold that thought. I want to bring in some more guests because this is not enough for me. I want more guests. And look, we've got this guy been begging me to join the show, keeps texting me. He's got a small YouTube channel, very small. I think he's got like a thousand views. Very small guy. I felt pity for him, so I thought, let me let him on the show. You may know him. His name is Boy.
Thank you so much for allowing me to come on your show. I've been begging for so long. Please, will someone watch my channel? Please.
How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me today. Anytime we can come talk bullish Ethereum news, I'm all about it.
Listen, I heard your rant the other day about telling your community that if Ethereum doesn't wake up in the month of April, you're giving your community the permission to sell it. So it's almost like you had like this inside information.
No, it's not like I had inside information. It's like, guys, you can only hold this thing down for so long. But, like if we look at 2017, and it was a different time, but if you look what happened when the CME futures launched, or the CBOE futures launched for Bitcoin, we all know what happened. It just so happened it was at the top of the market according to the markets the Bitcoin cycles. It was time for things to drop. But we just look at the Ethereum, CME futures got launched at the beginning of February, and it's not a coincidence that February and March, Ethereum lagged. And you got to wonder, like, how long can the institutions hold it down? And I think at some point during a bull run, you have to sit there and say, okay, well, if there is some kind of other force that's pushing the price down, like maybe I should start diversifying and getting into some other things. So I didn't want my audience to feel like they're stuck in Ethereum forever. Not that I, lord over anyone's decisions, but at the same time, like it's time. If Ethereum doesn't launch right now, then you do have to wonder, like, what is the rest of this bull run going to be like? Or is it going to get held down forever? I don't think that's the case. And I think that this is the month. But if Bitcoin goes to 70 or 80K and Ethereum still at 1,800, then you do have to start asking some questions.
Yes, some big questions. Winston, are you an ETH bull? Because I think the last time we chatted, you told me all your money was in ETH. All your savings were in ETH.
Not all of them, but yeah, I mean, like I've been selling down alts for ETH since probably July last year. So holding ETH is a very comfy thing to do. When we talk about market cycles, I think it's a lot different this time around because we're seeing a lot more ETH being locked up in DeFi, as the boys were saying, a lot more exiting exchanges. The last cycle was based around projects raising in ETH and then dumping those on the market. Everyone's come to their senses now and raises are done in USDC, USDT kind of thing. So there's much less sell pressure out there. Way more people buying for actual utility along the way as well, which is exciting.
Yeah.
Guys, before we carry on, do me a favor. First of all, smash the like, smash the subscribe, break that algorithm, share the show into yourselves, into the Banter bag, which is the biggest giveaway in the world. Those bags today are worth like $160,000. Crazy, 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 crazy. And then beware of the scammer in the comments. That's not us. We will never ever hurt you. But every time we do something, every time that we go live, the scammer is in the comments, and we are tracking down his IP address, etc. But it doesn't help. they've got multiple accounts. So we are trying. And guys, I want to bring in another guest. His name is Guy Oren, and he's from the Pools Launchpad. I think today we want to talk a lot about these big new launches. Guy, are you with us? I can see. There he is. Guy, how are you, my friend? Welcome to Crypto Banter.
Can't hear you, brother.
Let me unmute him. Maybe I can. You need to unmute yourself. You muted yourself.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Hey, everyone. Hey.
Nice to have you. All right, Winston, you said something interesting. You said you're selling your altcoins for Ethereum. But isn't that counterintuitive? Because if Ethereum runs, then the altcoins are going to run. That's the way I see it. And the altcoins run much faster than Ethereum. I mean, if we look at these altcoins, they move much quicker than Ethereum. Isn't it like counterintuitive?
Well, I think it's a little bit of a hedging strategy, and two, you can hold a lot of ETH, it can still perform well, and you've got way more liquidity if you want to exit the market quickly. And also, I don't know if you've noticed over the last couple of days, but alts have been getting wrecked while people have been selling alts down for ETH. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's the Uniswap effect because a lot of alts are now traded, solely on Uniswap or directly for ETH. But I've certainly noticed with a few coins that we've been following where people have been selling those bags and moving into ETH for the ETH run.
Okay, so what's the hold? Is the hold to hold ETH and make 10, 20, 30%? Or is the hold to hold shitcoins and to make 50, 60, 70%? Guy, what do you think?
Regarding the ETH trades right now, we saw the 2000. For me, my personal perspective, I thought it's only the beginning. We also some statistic inputs that can validate it. We are waiting for the market. Better than us.
Guy, you got a very, very, very bad connection. Is it possible for you to try and disconnect and reconnect? We'll let you back into the waiting room.
Yeah, let me try to do it.
Okay, great. Okay, BitBoy, you published a video. On that video, you published your 5 best performing coins for April, or what you thought were going to be your 5 best performing coins for April. Enlighten us. What are they?
Yeah, so we have Theta. I think, Theta has crushed it. There was a big, wait for their mainnet 3.0 coming out. Now they've delayed that, so the price dropped down just a little bit. But they're actually focusing on NFTs. We're actually going to be launching our own NFT series on there soon. So I think Theta is going to continue to crush it. I mean, it solves a big problem. We got Elrond. We got 2 projects, that are kind of similar with Elrond and God, what was the other one that's escaping me right now? I can't even remember my own list. But basically 2 projects that have gotten to a point where they've stalled out. They had massive run-ups, and now they've kind of, hit a correction phase. I think Elrond is definitely going to crush it. We also have, of course, my number 1 coin from that top 5 video, which is Ethereum, because I do believe this is going to be a massive month for Ethereum. And I would like to kind of go back to the idea of why we would hold Ethereum versus other coins. When you're getting in much more speculative altcoins, it's a game of hot potato. You're going to see them pump. And then, of course, the volatility to the downside is going to be a lot more. And so I think having Ethereum, considering that most people are not going to be able to judge the top of the market at the exact moment, I think there's a lot of benefits to holding Ethereum as opposed to a lot of those other altcoins. And the idea that we're looking for 10 or 20 or 30% gains from Ethereum versus 50 or 60% from other altcoins, I think is definitely not a good way to look at it. I mean, if you think that Ethereum is only going to go up 30% over the last or over the next, 5 months, then you've never been in crypto before. Like, we're looking for like 1,000% gains from Ethereum over the next 6 months. So
you're saying you'd say
10x?
that 10x on Ethereum.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, I'll take that.
I mean, what and this is so crazy. People all during 2019, 2020 called me a moon boy for making a lot of the predictions that I made, and we hit all the numbers, and I'm seeing it now still. People are saying, oh, there's no way Ethereum can get to $20,000. Well, where do you think Bitcoin's going? If you think Bitcoin's only going to $120,000 at the top, then sure, you're right. Ethereum won't get that high. But if we're looking at Bitcoin going to the stock to flow number of 290,000, start doing the math. If Ethereum can get to 10% of the Bitcoin price, and of course we know the peak of Bitcoin and the peak of Ethereum will not be at the same time. Of course, in the last cycle, it got to 15% of the Bitcoin price. So I don't know why people just seem to think that Ethereum is not going to crush the market. It's going to be a household name by the end of this year.
All right. I just like to make a point on that. I think, and to school your followers, the easiest thing to do, guys, all these TGE coins are pumping. You get in early, and I don't mean private sale. You buy the dumps, you do a few X's, you take out your initial, you buy Ethereum. I'm a Polkadot maxi. I got a shit ton of Ethereum. I'm not an idiot. All right. Like all the points that everybody said, when the market goes down, you need a hedge, and Ethereum's got liquidity there. So guys, don't think that you don't need Ethereum. You should have Ethereum. You should be taking your profits in Ethereum, right? And by the way, Mark Cuban just said, and this is I actually doubled my ETH bag after Mark Cuban said this. Mark Cuban said, "This is amazing. Ethereum is the closest thing to a true currency." So this is the most bullish news that I've seen a celebrity say about Ethereum. Anybody, I've not seen anybody say anything about Ethereum like Mark Cuban has said. And I double my Ethereum bag.
Yeah, anything's Bitcoin's bananas, so that's great too.
But why? But I think that tweet from Mark Cuban actually shows that he doesn't really understand Ethereum, because Ethereum is everything but a currency, guys. It's everything but a currency. It has changing policies. People vote. I mean, that's not, you know.
Well, but even if he's wrong, people who follow him are going to buy Ethereum. CNBC covered it. These people don't know what a blockchain is. They're going to buy it, and they're going to buy it. They're going to FOMO, and hopefully we can dump our bags on them. Let them buy it.
Yeah, I think this is what he actually meant. Ethereum's your best chance to make a lot of monies. I think that's
But he couldn't say that. But he couldn't say that.
Correct.
You know who else is now in crypto? I don't know if you saw this yesterday. It's Paris Hilton.
Very
She's making an NFT, and she was asked about Bitcoin. And in fact, while we carry on this conversation, I'm going to try and download that conversation for us. But she was asked about Bitcoin, and it was, come on. I don't think she holds any Bitcoin. She said she did, but I don't think she does.
Yeah, well, if you Google download Paris Hilton video, just be careful.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Okay. So we know what BitBoy's top 5 cryptos are. BitBoy, I'm glad you finally jumped onto the Terra Luna bandwagon. We've been calling that $1 for actually 30 cents, 40 cents for our channel. That for me is the closest thing to money, because it's fast. Everybody's starting to use it. Transactions are almost free. It's that team from Terraform Labs. It just keeps delivering and delivering and delivering. Mr. Biz, your top 5 coins. Yeah, I know we heard BitBoy's top 5 coins. What are you looking at? You now know there's an altcoin season. We've got the data. We showed everyone the data yesterday. What are you buying, brother?
So I'm again KSM guys. If you're looking at KSM, it got really destroyed. I don't know if you want to call it a conspiracy theory, but Gavin Wood 2 days ago said that parachains are days away. Once he says that, I don't know if the exchanges are manipulating the price or whatnot, but KSM right now is a 443. It's down about 30% from its all-time high. I increased my bag about 25-30%. I'm looking at again, Dot's been doing well, Link's been doing well. From just some smaller cap coins. Let me take a look at what I'm looking at. ShopX. I'm looking to get ShopX. If we see ShopX fall below 290 again, ShopX just came out, and I think you talked about it. I think ShopX is going to $1 billion market cap. People here don't know what maybe some of us know about ShopX. I see Coach nodding. Coach knows what's coming. I know what's coming. Kyle knows what's coming. Buy ShopX.
Okay, well, I mean, we've got to tell the community what's coming. You can't say you know what's coming and then not tell the community.
I mean, listen, big things are coming. That's all I can say. Big things are coming. Yeah. The guy behind Kyle knows what's coming. The guy behind Kyle, he knows what's coming. And guys, like NFT plays, Michael Jordan just invested $300 million into Top Shots. This is not a phase. This is legit. Yeah, there's some of these crappy NFTs out there. I'm not going to name them, but they're cartoonish, but we're talking about legit NFTs. I still got super. Eternity's on a big, guys. Eternity's $42 right now. Huge dip, okay? Don't think they've stopped with the celebrities, because they probably got more A-list celebrities. They signed Fernando Tatis Jr., he's a mega star. If you're in the United States, you know who he is. Eternity's going to go to $1 billion market cap. Easy $1 billion market cap.
I'm telling you, just wait. Just wait to see.
I mean, every time you come on here, Eternity just pumps, and Coach knows. Again, I don't know what's coming with Eternity. Coach probably knows, but you gotta buy Eternity on this.
Okay. Kyle, you are the master of all launches. You've had amazing launches this week. Tell us a little bit about, ShopX. ShopX was incredible.
And of course, my apologies, I forgot to mention paid. You got paid. I told you guys get in paid after the last one.
We said it on here last week. Under $2.
Okay, Kyle, how many 20 IDOs in the next few weeks? You have to buy paid. I know some of them. I'm not going to say which ones. They're all going to get sent. You got to buy paid.
Yep.
Number one launch platform. I don't care what the other ones say. Paid is killing it. Paid is killing.
Okay, so did you guys see this tweet from Winston where he said buying Launchpad tokens early in their life cycle has proven to be a good way to get entry into public sales cheaply, along with the benefit of the underlying asset appreciation. So we are living in the era of Launchpads, right?
Yes.
And I mean, we've got two people here from Launchpads. We've got Guy from the Pools Launchpad. We've got Kyle from Ignition. Guys, tell us about what's coming up, what we should be looking forward to.
We got AOs popping off here in what is it, like an hour or something?
In 30 minutes. Spectre Telegram. AO's party. AO's launch party, guys. Get on the voice calls.
Or degenerates.
We're gonna get good entries, guys. We're gonna get good entries. All 20,000 of us.
I cannot wait to see that.
Are you in this hype of buying these pre-launch gems? Are you there?
I mean, we talk a lot about it. Yeah, we've done very well with a lot of these private sales, but I do. I had a very serious heart-to-heart conversation with my community the other day because, we get a lot of us that are on the inside of this industry. We get offers and deals that other people don't get. And so we're able to get into some of these private sales and some of the seed rounds before they go live. And when we talk about things that we're invested in, that doesn't mean that our audience should go out there and, 1 hour after it launches, go ahead and start buying it up, because a lot of the venture capitalists that are involved in this that have no repercussions for dumping the price, they'll immediately dump the price. And that's why I was really glad to hear earlier that you guys were talking about let those prices drop, then get it on the bottom of those launches. Like if you got in Pokemon, for instance, the one we're in, there were a lot of big wallets selling off a lot of Pokemon the first several hours. And then it dropped all the way down to $20 and then shot back up, I think, to like 60. So the really important thing is you want to get in these, but you want to time them right. You don't want to just start aping into everything, right when they launch, because a lot of times that's a good way to get wrecked. So I think that's a serious conversation, because we can talk about degenning out and all of these private sales and stuff, but, making sure that your audience has the best chance to be able to actually make money over a long period of time and not get wrecked right off the rip, because that's how people get mad at us and leave crypto.
It's also I think it's a lot to do with the community too. Like if you look at Pokemon, it was a huge pump with a huge dump, right? Yep. And that was a PokeStarter launch. On Ignition we have I would say that we offer incentive for people to not sell their tokens, and Master Ventures is always doing deep due diligence on projects before we would even consider putting them on a launch pad, and our community kind of trusts us to make good due diligence decisions, and we are all looking at long term. So if you look at like the launch of ShopX 2 days ago, along with Pokemon and Eureka and these different projects, you can just look at the chart from Pokemon versus ShopX. ShopX did a big pump and then just consolidation to a pump again. Pokemon was just a huge pump and then just a huge dump. And so it says a lot about that. And we really believe in, and I think people tend to look at our investment history from Master Ventures and see what kind of projects that we get into. And, if you're buying them on day one, it's a huge difference, right? So and AOS, for example, like there's no way, AOS has 9,000 validator nodes already. It's coming after the Theta marketplace. They already have huge enterprise partnerships that haven't been announced yet. The tech is already built. Their proof of concept is AO's Tube, which is just so they can demonstrate the technology works, but there's a million other use cases. And from where it's launching the market cap to where the potential of Theta today is a 20,000x.
20,000x, guys. 20,000x.
Actually,
that does sound scary. Guy, tell me what you're excited about. We haven't heard much from you. I hope your connection's much better, but let's try this.
Great to be here for the first time. So thank you for that, first of all, with the great people with us. Regarding pools and all the structure, so we saw, if you spoke about the market and the changes over the past few months, let's say. So once we launched pools, and until today, we saw the growth market more from statistics side. So when we start to incubate onboarding a company for the IDO, we saw the amount that the company looking for raise, like the total round that they manage and the total round that they manage today. So if the beginning was like around 400K for an average for every round, today we spoke about 2, 3, and even more about that $1 million that company raising. So basically this is the first statistic that we're looking to see on the market, on the growth of the market.
Okay, but what projects are you excited about? I mean, I know you guys launched Merch DAO. I know you guys launched Cook. I think Cook had an insane launch.
Yeah. So we have around 10 IDO last month in Merch. I guess the average was 20x in average for everyone. We have Cook, Merch DAO, or some exciting IDOs, obviously.
Okay, and what are you looking forward to in April? I mean, I saw a sheet in April. When I saw the sheet, I thought this reminds me very, very, very much of 2017. Like when I look at that,
It does. Yeah.
I'm getting 2017 all over again. I'm starting to feel the same emotions as I had in 2017.
Well, but Rent, these are like, I'm looking at deeper. These are good projects. These are, Web3 Polkadot projects. I can't. Everything's gonna dump, but I still think these projects will survive. The good ones. I'm looking at some of these. Some of these are pretty good.
Which ones do you like? I mean, I did a full.
I like Deeper. I like Deeper. Again, anything that has Web3 grant, that's, to me, that's legitimate. That means you've been vetted. And it's not easy to get a Web3 grant. So I'm looking at Deeper right now. I'm looking at this list. I mean, Deeper looks good. I know Coach probably might be in some of these. I mean, Deeper looks to me looks like the cream of the crop right now in this.
One thing about Deeper too that people don't realize is like a lot of these projects that are launching today, they might have an MVP. Right, a lot of them have maybe an MVP that's kind of useful, but someone like Deeper has already a product that's being sold in Best Buy. They've got warehouses around the world shipping out these physical VPN like routers, and they have Web3 grants, the Substrate Builders Program, building in Polkadot. Like the tech team is insane, and they have a working product that actually already is being used in the world. And so people, there's a little bit of like FUD about how the market cap is a little bit higher than these ultra low market caps, but that's because they have
you gotta pay people because people have value. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm feeling 2017 all over again. I'm seeing a lot of
I think for sure.
I would say I'll get there when I start seeing the 25, 30, 40 million dollar market cap raises. They're starting to see a little bit. I saw a few so far kind of getting up there, but I think when it becomes kind of normal for us to see 25, 30 million dollar raises again, then we'll be at that point. Remember, most people we all know still haven't really bought crypto yet. They're almost like figuring out if they should.
No, Coach, I got to disagree. But you made a very big prediction. I think you said that the bull market would end towards the end of this year. Isn't that what you said?
Yeah, it will. Even next year for sure. I mean, unless we see something different than we've always seen before. And I think what we're seeing right now, what you're seeing, Rand, is we are seeing exactly what we saw in 2017. But the thing is that we are right now in the stage when IOTA and Ant Shares and some of these other ones were launching, and it was exciting and everybody was making a lot of money. But Coach K is right. Like eventually we will get to where it's like BananaCoin launching and raising $40 million. And everybody's gonna be like, what's the BananaCoin? But people forget, like, the word ICO is a bad word. Like, it's very taboo. But NXT had, I think it was 1.2 million % returns. Neo had 400,000% returns. IOTA had like 600,000% returns. So when you guys are talking about 20,000% returns or 2,000x, whatever, like those are real numbers that happen. It's just right now we're all a little jaded because we remember the 2017 mania that was at the end, and we're seeing the similarities, but we're just not at that same place in this cycle. So yeah, in 5 months from now, and that's why when we're talking about a lot of these private sales, I actually did a video where we talked about yes, we'll get into almost any private sale right now. Because we're getting a lot of offers and the money is really good and they're exploding. And then not only that, but the projects are doing well after launch. Like 90% of the projects we've invested in, from private sale rounds, from when they launched, they're up. And so it's a lot of good, money-making opportunities right now. But late summer, when we're getting to the end of the market, now we're not going to be beginning in a lot of those sales, because then we're going to be obligated to tell people we're invested in them, and projects want coverage and they want all this stuff, and a lot of people understand how that works. Of course, we always disclose if we're invested in a project, but I don't want to get into a spot where I'm having to do coverage in a project in November when we're down 50%. So, it is kind of a game of risk reward, trying to time that market just right to make sure that you're not getting committed in a bunch of sales and ICOs and initial, exchange offerings, whatever it's going to be, IDOs, they're going to tank next year because
tokenomics matter.
Exactly. And we will see
tokenomics matter. Unlock schedules right now should matter to most people.
Absolutely.
So does team though. Like if you're going to, in my opinion, like the way I approach this, I take my reputation very seriously, and I believe that when I talk to teams and get to know them, and I ask them, usually, why are you building this product? Do you believe, and you can usually tell if someone's kind of like, you can kind of mostly tell people believe that they want to make some money, or if they think what they're building matters, and so just to take Shopx, say take Split for example. I was with Cyrus from early 2018 until now, and I continue to support him through the bear market. And I publicly supported him. I talked about everywhere, still working through it, still building together. And I don't think that when we invest in something, I don't care if it's a bull or bear market. As long as people are building, I'm gonna be there supporting them, because at the end of the day, like, we're all building disruptive technology. And so I just think that we should not be shilling shit coins that are truly shit coins, but really trying to figure out what is actually being legitimately built.
Well, nothing's going to be legit next year. Like, that's the thing. Like, you have to understand, like, you have a long-term perspective because you've been here. We have a long-term perspective. We understand bear market is where all the money truly is made, right? But the people watching don't understand that, because most of them have not been through this yet. And so they're going to see the price drop 90%, and we're going to tell them, no, the team's still building. The product's good. They have a product in Walmart. And they're going to be like, it dropped 9%. Screw all y'all, I'm out.
They're going to be sold already.
So
they're already sold.
We have to be realistic. I try to always be realistic with my audience about what is going to come from this. That's why right now, for my I care more about my audience making money than I care about whether your project is going to be around in 4 or 5 years, because they're going to time the cycles. And it's speculation versus utility. They're two totally different things. One day they will merge. We are seeing some semblance of merging together, but it's going to separate again in the bear market. And eventually, I think value should be based on that, but we're not there yet. So we got to be realistic with our audience.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's why I always say to the audience, always invest in something that will survive a bear market. The overarching
question, take your initial regardless. If you take your initial out of any investment that you make, if you put in 5K and it's up 100K, take your 5K out. Then even if you do nothing, you have nothing to lose. So this is the mentality. And then if you take that 5K and put it into the next IDO or ICO and you roll it, guys, this is how people get rich.
This is what people are doing right now, though. I've seen people in our community. They've been going into these IDOs. They've been taken to 2x, and they were waiting for the next one, and they're making money. By the way, Ethereum just broke all-time high.
It did. That's huge.
Yeah,
I predicted that the
history's been made on Banter. History's been made on Banter. We all pump ETH.
What was the
recycled capital the coach was talking about there? That was a big point as to why 2017 was what it was. When that first kicked off, you could do a raise on a Friday, and the token would be trading on a Sunday. People would be making money off it, and they'd be reinvesting that into the next project and continuing to roll that through. One of the reasons why that market fell over was the raises got longer, the locks got longer, profitability got less, and there wasn't enough recycled capital. So I think that's what we're still seeing at the moment is that one of the reasons why people are putting money into any project at the moment is because you can make money on any project. And what you're doing with that money is putting it back into the next one. Obviously, if you're smart, like Coach was saying, you're keeping some initial on the side. But while that cycle continues on, we're going to see this market keep moving because it's recycled capital.
Yeah. And you end up with like 70, 80 investments where you have zero risk and all reward. I mean, what better situation can you be in? Now, that won't last forever. You have like 9 months max, and then it's going to switch. So this is the time to do it. And if public sales, you guys always complain, public sale, but you get all your tokens right away. So you have an advantage over people that take the risk and have lockups. Yeah,
I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that because everyone thinks that we're making, or that people that are getting in the pre-market are making 100x. And I think that's a little bit of a misconception because
it is. Great point.
The strategic rounds may be making 100x, but the tokens are locked up for very often a year and maybe even 2 years.
I'm in one that's 5 years. 5 years.
Yeah, I also got into one that's 5 years. I got into one that's 5 years.
It's a big project.
I signed another one today, which was 3 years. And when I saw it, I was like, wow, hold on a second. BitBoy, before we let you go, because I know you've got your show starting in a few minutes.
Absolutely.
Are you on this whole BitClout thing? Are you on BitClout? Have you claimed your profile? Are you a BitClout believer?
No, I'm not. I don't really like pseudonymous teams. I don't like people not putting everything out there. We've had a lot of bad experiences, and we don't touch anything that's anonymous or pseudonymous with a 10-foot pole on my channel. We stopped doing that over the summer. We got burnt a lot of times. So for that purpose, we won't do it. The guy that is getting sued for, taking people's social media profiles and putting it on there without permission, we know he had a failed project in 2018. So for me personally, it's something I'm staying away from. However, I've actually had a few very large influencers. We have a lot of private conversations with very large people out there that are not in crypto, and it is something that they're interested in. And there's a lot of, big names behind it, some big investment groups. So it might do well, but me personally, we are staying away from it because of that reason alone. So we don't like it when people can get in trouble and there's no accountability. We like accountability on my channel. So that's where we're at. And plus, with the last time I checked it, my token was down 24%. So I told him to take me off of it. Pump me or get me off.
Well, but hold on. I hear you that the team is anonymous, and there are many reasons in crypto to be anonymous. Not all of them are illicit. Sometimes you live
in anonymous, of course, right?
So you have the biggest investors in the world there. You have Andreessen, you have Arrington XRP, you have really the cream of the crop of investors. Doesn't that give you some kind of comfort? And the second thing is, when you log onto it and you start playing BitClout, BitClout is a lot more fun than Twitter. Like, when you play BitClout, it's a lot more fun than Twitter. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Have you taken your money off it yet?
Oh, Winston.
See, there you go. There's the question. And listen, that's why, I've been approached by several larger people who are like, we want to claim our profile on there. These are people with millions and millions and millions and millions of followers, way bigger than anything we can touch in crypto. And they're excited about it. However, at some point, you have to have some standard by which you do things. And for us, regardless if it does 100x and it, becomes the next Twitter, we don't like the pseudonymous side of it because of the accountability issues. And hey, who knows? Maybe, I don't know what the investors know that we don't know. But, for us, look, if anybody else wants to cover it and it does really well and you guys crush it with it, then good luck to you. From our perspective, that's a standard that we have, and it's kept us out of trouble. Because every time they say, well, we want to have a conversation with you off air so we can tell you everything. And it's just no, if we can't hold you accountable, then we're not going to get involved in it on my channel. So that's what it boils down to. Good luck to BitClout. I hope it's not a scam. I hope people make money with it. But that's where we personally stand with it. Seeing the list of investors and the people behind it, it did give me a little more pause on, how it will do. But from our perspective, that's just what we got to stick with. You got to have standards and go by it.
So what about Bitcoin? I mean, last I checked, that was an anonymous team.
No, I actually created it. Oh, God.
Well, I mean, BitClout can't be a scam, obviously, right? To say it's one thing to say if it's fail or succeed, but if it's got known backers, how can it be a scam? Can't be a scam.
Well, I would say that's certainly not true. I mean, just because someone's invested in something doesn't mean that.
I
know there's a lot of people that know this very well. That sometimes you can do all what you think is the right thing, and then things can still backfire. So. I'm not going to, I was probably leaning towards it was a scam. Then I got a little more information, and now I'm leaning more towards it's just not going to be something I'm going to cover. So I'm not, you won't see me out there calling it a scam. We did a video where we talked about it, especially with the lawsuit involving social media profiles that, were put on there without permission. We talked about that and how it looked a little scammy. Then I got the more information, and we're just not going to talk about it on my channel. We don't necessarily think it's a scam. It's got big investors behind it. But like I said, you got to have convictions and you got to have standards that you go by. And that's just what we do.
All right. But wait, we're going to let you go because I know you got a show in a few minutes. Love you, man. Thanks for being here. We will, the audience love you. They said you got to be back here next Friday. So we'll see you back next Friday, 10 a.m. EST.
I'll be on vacation next Friday, but we can do it another Friday after that. And I just want to say happy Easter.
Happy Easter,
man. Absolutely.
I just want to clarify some things. One, Nader and his team from behind Basis. That Basis wasn't a failed project, right? It was shut down by the SEC. So it makes perfect sense to me that if you try to go about things the bureaucratic way before and you got shut down, that you might want to try it again a different way and maybe just not tell everybody who you are.
You just said who he is, though. It's common knowledge.
Come on, everyone knows who. Everyone knows it's Nader. Come on, everyone knows.
Yeah, right. But I mean, I don't think that was his intention to tell people who it was, but it was it came out afterwards anyway. But and I just want to say, Basis Cash actually Basis is back, right? But it's also now a pseudonymous project because they tried it once, got shut down by SEC, and now it's back. And I think it's a really that Basis Cash is also probably going to be a really good project. It's a brilliant team. It's a bunch of Princeton alumni who came together, you know, in computer science and PhDs to build a really disruptive project.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like,
can we do something else than BitClout, if that's all right?
Absolutely. Let's talk about.
You could talk about. How about Moonswap again? I just heard another rumor today that Alibaba is behind it as well. Chinese government. We already know that that Chinese government's directly involved. Now I just heard another rumor today that Alibaba is also part of it. The company registration is the exact same address of the company registration as Alibaba, which it could be a lawyer's address maybe, but all signs are pointing toward this could be a massive thing. I don't know.
This feels like 2017 now. Someone get the Google Maps out.
I'm looking at some stuff. What are you guys looking at right now? I'm looking at there's a project that I really like. It's called Freeway Token, BYBIT. They've just had their last release for tokens for all private sales. So usually that's a very good positive thing. And they just launched their mainnet where you can invest into different types of funds. Check that out. It's just one I want to keep your guys' eyes on, because when all the tokens have been released, then, you know, there's no more sell pressure. So projects generally do well. And with actual products that you can invest into already using your BYBIT tokens, could be something really interesting. So check it out. It's what I'm very bullish on.
All right, I think I'm back. I think my sound is back. Sorry, I've got my son here today because it's Easter, and he bumped the plug and he unplugged me. Guys, I want you guys to watch this because I think it's very embarrassing. I really think it's embarrassing.
Tell us a little bit more. It's about art, or it's something you've drawn or created?
It's something I created with another artist, and it has to deal with female empowerment.
You said you're an investor and that you liked NFTs. Does that mean you're an investor in Bitcoin?
Yes, I'm very, very excited about that as well. It's definitely the future. And
have you been in Bitcoin for a while?
Yes.
Do you think she really owns
Yes.
Bitcoin?
I don't know, man. I can't trust anything that comes out of that woman's mouth.
She did some lines before she did that interview, man. She was high as a kite.
Bro, she looks high as hell.
She was high as a kite.
You know, the thing is, it reminds me too much of 2017 when we had these ICOs endorsed by, was it Floyd Mayweather? Who was it?
Mayweather, DJ Khaled. I don't know who else there was. There was quite a few. Oh, there was Steven Seagal.
Winston. You haven't had 100x for like a week. What's coming up, bro?
I've got a couple that are coming up. You know, just reverting back to the conversation we were having before, especially with Guy and Kyle here on the Launchpad sort of stuff. Obviously, you know, there's a bit of a new sort of hype cycle coming along with Adder's developments and then Launchpad starting on those. So Cards and Occam FI are a couple of Launchpads that are upcoming on there. Same story as the Polkadot ones. They'll be ETH MVPs first and then migrate across to Adder. So I think, you know, one of the things I see that your audience talks about is like access to these sales and not being able to get into them or having to buy on the secondary market. So that was kind of the point of the tweet today in regards to getting in on those projects early, buying those tokens cheaply, holding them, and then having the ability to at least access the public sale component of those.
Yeah, look, guys,
I think you know, especially having Kyle here, you know, he can probably speak to, you know, how much did 75K paid cost at the start as opposed to now, and that gives you what is it, two guaranteed spots into a sale on your end?
One guaranteed. But you know, we were doing some numbers earlier too, and it makes a lot of sense to be holding a lot of paid tokens. I mean, these people that are big bags are really making back their investment. Plus, you know, we're just getting started and so much stuff that we're doing. It's
sure. My point was more that, you know, a retail investor can't come in and buy 300K worth of paid at this point in time. That was probably more an achievable target, you know, when you launch. So, like, for those who may have missed the boat on the current range of launch pads, these next lot are probably an opportunity for them to get access to those projects at a cheaper price.
Yeah, buy the Launchpad tokens early, sell your profits into paid, and then get in some good projects.
Well, I mean,
I want to spend the last 5 minutes actually talking about that. Guy, if I want to participate in the pools, pre-sales, pools, of course, being a launchpad, what is it? What do I need to do? What am I going to get?
So yeah, yesterday we announced about a new model for the future of pools. In general, as I said, we learn about a lot about this from the statistic that we achieve until now, and we try to build now kind of fair chance for everyone to participate. In the end, at the beginning we have some tiers, but now basically if you have one pools token holders, if you have one pools token, and you can stake the tokens, you have chance to win the ticket for the IDO. So basically we open the market for everyone to participate. It start from one pools, obviously, until a couple of thousand.
Sorry guys, I had to move my son again before he unplugs everything again.
So yeah, we implement the model that separate for two. There is the top 100 token holders of pools that they get guarantee allocation, obviously, and we have lottery for the rest. So in general, you can hold one pools token holder and participate in the lottery chance for the IDO.
All right, Kyle, if I want to participate unpaid, talk to me about what I need to do. I want to try and understand how realistic this is for the average person watching the show to actually get allocations in these pre-market gems.
Yeah, so right now every 1,000 paid tokens that you hold is one lottery ticket into a bucket. So if you've got 10,000 paid tokens, you get 10 tickets. 15,000, 15 tickets, and then all of the tickets get put into a big raffle, and then however much allocation we have divided by the allocation size, it selects how many of these winners that we will have. That's pretty much how it works. So it's different on each project. So like we're launching Globe, right? And this is again on some of these shows, people get inside information, right? It's not public yet, but we're doing Globe, which is a huge project, and we're doing I think $2 million on our platform for Globe. So pretty much everybody. Even with 1,000 pay tokens, is probably going to get an opportunity. So it just depends. If we get $100,000, the odds of winning are quite low. But if we have a $2 million or $2.5 million raise on our platform, they're quite high at winning something.
Okay, guys, we've got like 3-4 minutes left. Let's talk about listed tokens. What listed tokens are you recommending for the next week? Given that we're seeing the market cycle change, I mean, if you look at the bubbles actually tell you a lot, because immediately you can see file storage fallen out of favor this week. You see two big red bubbles. Filecoin, Arweave, out of favor this week. Ecomi, funny, I'm expecting a massive announcement. They're down 10%. Kusama down 7.2%. It means there's a shift in narrative. Something's going on here. What are you recommending for the community to look at in the next week? Let's start off with Mr. Biz.
You said it, Kusama. I mean, you have to understand, you look at the charts for a year, man. This retrace was needed, and it's not even that big. It's about 30% from all-time high. We're back at the Kusama price we were 1 week ago. So I don't know why people are panicking. I'd be buying Kusama because we saw it go from 100 to 200, 200 to 300, 300 to 400, and it's going to be at 700, 800 anytime, before you know it. I'm looking at that. Also, again, these newly listed token guys like ShopX has not had a pump cycle yet. Right. And new tokens projects, they save the bullish. They're getting smarter. They're saving the bullish news for later. So you want to look at ShopX and you want to get in on dips. Other than that, again, there's not a lot of projects that I trust. You said something about paid. Guys, you have to understand, even if you don't get into the IDOs, the fact that you hold paid and somebody else is trying to buy paid, it's going to pump your bags. You should be holding paid because other people want to buy paid. Even if you don't win the lottery, just understand this. Even if you don't win the lottery, it's the same thing with PokerStarter. You didn't have to win the PokerStarter lottery to get gains off PokerStarter. Paid is essentially going to pull a similar type of run as polls, and more than likely with better projects. If I'm being frank.
Alrighty, cool. Kyle, what are you looking at this week? Listed tokens only.
ShopX. I mean, it's obvious. I mean, these guys are going for what people aren't even considering too. What Mr. Biz didn't mention as well is they're going for a parachain, and the team is
bomb dropped.
So that to me it's just getting started right now. It's going to be like Biz was saying earlier.
Drop the bomb on you, bitch.
Listed tokens only. Listed token only. Fuck, I love Mr. Biz. Mr. Biz. I don't know what the show would be without you. I don't know what the Friday show would be without you.
It would be Charles Hoskinson talking for an hour.
Coach,
No, two you need to look at that are on big retraces. Phoenix Flow is down 50% from all-time high. Definitely one you want to look at. Big stuff coming. Another one, Eternity, down a lot from all-time high.
Aren't you tired of shilling Phoenix Flow? I mean, you've been calling this.
No, because the same thing happened with sharing. I was shilling and then sharing. Now it's starting to take off. Everyone's like, oh my God. Sometimes it takes a little long. I'm patient. But I'm telling you, when Phoenix Flow goes, when it hits $5, $10, and you're like, holy crap, he told me when it was like 99 cents. Well, I'm telling you once, I'm pushing it now because I know what's coming. And when I know what's coming, I know what's coming with ShopX. I know what's coming with this one. And I'm telling you, I also know what's coming with Eternity. Anything that's on a big dip.
Winston, I haven't heard enough from you today. What are you looking at this week, bro?
Well, I think those bubbles showed that there's a bit of a cycle going on here, and everything that was green and bubbly there was high caps. So, low caps might be something that you want to keep a close eye on and wait for that cycle to continue because they might be a little more risky at this point in time.
That's a good point. You see, the ones that are pumping are the big bags. Are the BSVs up 11.6, EOS up 15.7, Zilliqa up 11.4. This is the narrative. People are moving into the safer, bigger coins. Guy, what's your call? Listed tokens only. You can't say pools. Even though I saw pools had a monster.
I said it in the macro because I really think that token with use case, first of all, should be the motivation. Like when we want to buy the token. So first of all, Launchpad tokens is one of the biggest use case for the token for now. This is like in general, but if we back for the topic here about the parachain, so obviously KSM, and for me, Darwinia, Ring.
That's an interesting one. Tell us why. Tell us why.
Look like a promising one. They have they build like the parachain. The mainnet, if I'm not wrong, should be very, very soon. Look like something that we need to follow after.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So my call for the week. I think I'm going to go with Kusama. I think Cardano may actually have a run. But the biggest call for the week, I'm saying this again. The biggest call for the week, Arweave.
Holy!
You cannot stop buying Arweave. You got to keep buying Arweave. There's a reason. It's the only solution in the world where you pay once and you store something forever. If you look at the file storage market today, Filecoin is trading at a fully diluted valuation of about 200 times Arweave's valuation. 200. So for me, that's the biggest one.
What does Kyle want to say? I want to know.
Somebody gave Ethereum some Viagra because Ethereum.
AO's just launched it. I think it's a 276x right now.
What?
What? 300x right now.
Wait, someone dropped the Dex Tools link
From the public sale price.
Public sale? We knew he was gonna send. Tater, we coming for you, Tater. We coming for you.
You guys better be getting some paid, man. Oh.
You gotta get paid. Yo, you gotta go right now. Buy, sell whatever you got. Buy paid right now. I tell him you do is buy paid, man.
Shit's crazy.
Guys, love you guys. You are my only.
Crazy, man. I love this man.
I will see you all again next week, same time, same place. Love you guys madly. See you then, my friends.
Thanks, guys.
Carl, well done, friends. Well done.
Thank you, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Alrighty, that's another Friday banter. That's we've just lived through another Friday banter. That was a lot of fun. I must say, I really, really, really enjoyed that. Guys, remember, if you asked here, smash the like, smash the subscribe, because you do get another entry into the Banter Bags competition. That bag, I mean, we've got $2,000 worth of ARs. Come on, let's say goodbye to everyone. Come on, stand up here. If you want to meet Benji, Crypto King Benji, say goodbye to everyone. Say bye. This is my son Benji, and he's been a brilliant boy. Good. I love you, my man. I love you. Alrighty, guys, we'll see you later. Same time. Actually, we'll see you Monday. Same time, same place. Even though it's Easter, we will be here.
Crypto Banter is a social podcast for entertainment purposes only. All opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, and callers should not be construed as financial advice. Views expressed by guests and hosts do not reflect the views of the station. Listeners are encouraged to do their own